Welcome back. Today we're going to be learning about PMT functions. So the first thing we need to know is, what is a PMT function? A PMT function is going to compute the equal monthly payments on an installment loan. You would use this type of payment when you are going to buy a car or a house. So when you hear your parents talk about their mortgage, that means that they have borrowed money from the bank and they are paying it back on a monthly basis. Soon you're going to be turning 16 and you might think that you want to buy a car. And if so, then you would want to know how much money you're going to have to pay per month so you can make sure that your job that you have can help you afford to pay for that car. So let's go ahead and get started. The first part of this function is the rate. There are three different parts in a PMT function, and again, the first part being the rate. You can see the example equals PMT 7% divided by 12. Whenever you have a PMT function, I am going to give you the interest rate, because what this is if you found a car and let's say that it costs $5,000. You don't have $5,000, so you go to the bank and you borrow money. And they tell you that in return for giving you that money, you're going to pay them back with an interest. So they give you an interest rate. And the interest rate right now is 7%. So we take that 7% and we plug it in to the rate part of our equation. Then the most important part is that you want to divide that rate by 12, because your interest rate is based on a year, whereas you are going to be making monthly payments. So we always divide our interest rate by 12. Now you can also write this function out equals PMT 0.07 divided by 12. That will work as well. The second part of the function is the number of payments. You can see the example here. The first part, we separate the first and the second with a comma, and then we enter in the number of payments. Now, when we talk about number of payments, this is going to be based on months. So when you went to that bank and you asked for $5,000, not only are they going to tell you that you have to pay an interest, but they're also going to tell you that you have to pay them back within a certain amount of time. So for instance, maybe they told you that you needed to pay them back within 2 years. Well, then the way that we figure out our monthly payment is we take the 2 and we multiply it by 12, which is the number of months in the year. And that will give us our total monthly payments. So you take 12 and you multiply it by. So the number of monthly payments that you would plug in here would be 24. The last part of our equation is the loan amount or the principal. Again, notice the comma after the 60 because we are separating the different parts. It's just like how we separated the clauses in the if function. Now, when you went to that bank and you asked them for $5,000, they gave you that money so that you could go out and you could buy that car. But that wasn't your money. So we have to put a negative sign in front of that loan amount or that number that we paid, because we have not paid them back yet. So you still owe them money. So you always put a negative in front of your loan amount. The next thing you want to make sure you don't do is don't put a comma in that 5,000. We only use the commas to separate the parts of the function. So now you may be thinking, okay, I understand, but how am I going to know when to use this type of function? Well, here's the way I would have worded this exact example that we've been working on. You would have seen we are borrowing $5,000 at a 7% interest rate, and we will make 60 monthly payments. Give me how much you will be paying each month. That is how you know you are using the PMT function. That's it for PMT. I hope that you learned a lot. I'll see you in class tomorrow and answer any questions you have.